Congress just made some terrifying announcements for tens of millions of Americans. This comes as they're trying to balance the budget and cut money, and a lot of it is going to come from average everyday Americans, and there's going to be possibly more to come. That's right, and I'll keep you up to date here on all of it on our channel. What has already been announced here is tens of millions of Americans are going to be losing SNAP benefits here. I'll go over this here right now, actually. You can see here extra pandemic emergency SNAP benefits will be expiring in February for tens of millions of Americans. Also, there's been a lot of talk here lately of, you can see here, the latest Outlook report from the CBO, the Congressional Budget Office, has projected that the Social Security and Medicare Trust Fund, the Old Age and Survivors Insurance Trust Fund, which pays out the retirement and survivors benefit, would be exhausted in 2032, which is only 9 years away. That's right. And you can see here, this raises the risk of shortfalls in the Social Security fight. And Congress is going to have to do something because Social Security is running out of money faster and faster, with more baby boomers retiring by the day, which means less and less people paying into Social Security. And also with that large 8.7% raise, which was the fourth highest COLA raise for Social Security ever, because of how high inflation was last year. It's coming down a little bit now, but nonetheless, it was the fourth highest raise ever, which means a lot of money is being sucked out of Social Security. And Congress really should have fixed Social Security years ago, decades ago. They've known that Social Security was running out of money. And what they're going to have to do is either cut benefits one way or another for Social Security, or raise the retirement age, or increase taxes one way or another. They're going to have to do something like this, and this is the things that they're proposing right now. Nobody wants to do it, but if they don't, it runs out of money in just a few short years. And if they keep kicking the can down the road, well, Social Security and Medicare Trust Fund runs out of money. If you're watching my channel, you know I'm keeping you up to date here on this. But right now, Congress just voted here, and the extra pandemic emergency SNAP benefits, the bonus money, is ending here at the end of February. That's right. You can see here temporary pandemic SNAP benefits will end in the remaining 35 states at the end of February, so they will no longer be valid here in March. That's right. You can see the details here right from the USDA .gov website. In fact, here's the details. Again, this is directly from the government. There are several changes that may affect SNAP households benefits over the coming months. This is tens of millions of people. The temporary boost to SNAP benefits, or food stamp benefits, put in place during the pandemic, known as emergency allotments, which gives people extra money to pay for food, right now with food at an all-time high, will end nationwide after the February 2023 issuance. So February will be the last month. Some states will get paid out in March, because some states pay out the February payments in March. Some states pay it out in February, some states pay it out in March, but it will end with the February issuance. In addition, households that receive SNAP and Social Security benefits will see a decrease in their SNAP benefits because of the significant cost of living increase to Social Security benefits that took effect on January 1st, 2023. Again, this is directly from the government website. More details on these changes can be found in the recent changes to SNAP benefits infographic. This page will be updated as additional information and resources become available. I will keep you up to date here on our channel. You can contact your local SNAP office. You may have received a letter on this. In states where emergency allotments have already ended include Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Kentucky, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, North Dakota, South Dakota, Tennessee, and Wyoming. SNAP households that also receive Social Security benefits may see a decrease in their SNAP benefits beginning January 2023 because of their higher Social Security benefits. And that's a shame because a lot of people on Social Security, seniors, have gotten their SNAP benefits reduced as well. In South Carolina, where the state is ending emergency allotments after the January 2023 issuance. February 2023 SNAP benefits amounts returned to normal for all SNAP households in South Carolina. And for the remaining 32 states, DC, Guam, and the U.S. Virgin Islands, March 2023 SNAP benefits will be back to the normal amounts. For people who were receiving these benefits, every household in those states will receive at least $95 a month less. At least. This is with food at an all-time high, price-wise, or close to it. Some households who, under regular SNAP rules, receive low benefits because they have somewhat higher but still modest incomes will see reductions of $250 a month or more. The average person will receive about $90 a month less in SNAP benefits. Wow. That's per person, I believe. The temporary benefits pushed back against hunger and hardship during the pandemic. A study estimated that these emergency benefits kept 4.2 million people above the poverty line in the last quarter of 2021 alone, reducing poverty by 10% and childhood poverty by 14% in states at that time. The estimated reduction in poverty was the highest for Black and Latino people. Also, don't forget that the child tax credits are the enhanced ones are also now gone as well because Congress couldn't agree to pass those as well. And those were higher amounts at $3,000 and $3,600. And now we'll go back down to $2,000 with less of that as fully refundable. So not as many people will qualify as well for that. And of course, it's already $1,000 to $1,600 per child less. Also, there's no monthly payments here as well, which means that a lot of people won't even get them because if you don't file tax returns, you won't get it. And unfortunately, the IRS has said that there's a lot of people that just don't file tax returns, even though they might be due the money, because if you just file the tax return, you will get some of the money, even though all of the $2,000 is not fully refundable, I believe. But yeah, so this is the problem, is that when people are losing money in pretty much every which way and direction. And don't forget that interest rates have just basically shot through the roof. Inflation has shot through the roof. Food prices have shot through the roof. Everything is more expensive, and it's just becoming harder and harder for the average everyday American. It seems like, where do you go to catch a break at this point? And the problem is Congress right now is all worried about the national deficit. They're not really worried about the average everyday American. Right now, about 2/3 of the average everyday American is living paycheck to paycheck. Yeah. And it's not the wealthy people living paycheck to paycheck, it's the low and moderate middle income Americans. Yeah. So about 2/3, I think it was last count was 64% of Americans living paycheck to paycheck. And about 50% of Americans, by the time they work their whole lives and get to retirement, have no retirement savings at all. So 50% of people get to retirement and have additional savings besides Social Security, but 50% of people have no additional savings besides Social Security. So thank God for Social Security, which wasn't even created until right after the Great Depression, which is really not even quite a lifetime ago. There's actually some people that were alive when Social Security wasn't even created yet. So it wasn't that long ago that Social Security wasn't even there. Yeah, so imagine life with no Social Security at all and go into retirement with no money at all. Yeah, so this is kind of the problems here. And now Social Security is already running out of money because money is being withdrawn faster than it's growing. Yeah, and now the baby boomer generation is retiring. So a large percentage of the population is retiring, and inflation is kind of outpacing the growth of the money. So we got a lot of problems in our country right now. So let me know your thoughts here, and I'll keep you up to date here on all these things here going on here in our country on a daily basis. I'll link you to some videos you can watch next. If you haven't yet, make sure to click the subscribe button down below and then the bell icon so you don't miss out on new videos here on my YouTube channel. It's completely free to do so. Remember that new videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. on my YouTube channel. Also, thanks so much for liking and sharing these videos with anybody that needs to see this information. Here's some videos you can watch next. Here is a big video I just did about a Social Security update and about a senator changing his mind on policies. And here's a video about Russia telling their citizens that the United States just declared war on them. That's right. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.